kind of dive a little bit more into like the soap opera type of, like, we got you right here. Action packed, full of drama. Like drama in a good way. Family drama, relatable content, relatable drama. I feel like the most relatable person realistically in this day and age of social media is probably Hillary. And you can even tie Hillary contract situation in with all your favorite rappers right now saying, don't sign to Atlantic and this, that, and the third. Meek, NBA, whoever, all your favorite artists right now who are going through contract situations because why? They didn't read the contract. You in a messed up situation. Boom, you just sign it, trying to get out of your situation. And the crazy thing for Hillary is, I'm not going to blame it on Uncle Phil and Aunt V, but it kind of was because you was kind of like forcing her to hurry up and get her stuff together. So first thing come her way, which a lot of rappers do, hurry up, sign the contract. You got hacked, sign the contract, boom, you out of there. And realistically, the contract wasn't in your best favor. It wasn't in your favor, and it wanted you to do a lot of outlandish stuff that you probably didn't realize he was lining you up to do. And you didn't know that until after, boom, certain, like I said, inserted in with the labels, with the rappers. You don't understand it until it hit the fan. Like when you scorch your hat and stuff moving in your favor, it's cool. But then when you kind of starting to look at it, like, oh, is this really all they go into? But let's rewind it back a little bit. Let's get into the golf. Uncle Phil with Buddy at the golf course. It was just like, damn, I don't never know how many of us really know the behind the scenes with politics. And even if you watch Power and you see like Councilman Tate, I feel like that's like the extreme version of it. But I feel like this one is more of the watered down. It's like, I kind of want to lean your way, but you don't got your family in check. And we all, if you pay attention to politics a little bit, you hear the stories on like, people don't want to vote for certain politics because they're not married or they don't got this, that, and they're going. So first thing he throwing back in Uncle Phil's face is the family situation. Like, you need to get, how are you going to have a vote for you to be the big dog in our city, and you can't even sit here and get your family in order? And then he throw back the party in the face of Uncle Phil, and then even bringing up Hillary Instagram post, and it's kind of like, I get it, but I feel like if Uncle Phil's smart, which I feel like he is, I feel like he could have spent the Hillary thing. Because I feel like a lot of people deal with the debating on what's too much to post on Instagram, what's too much to show, what's not enough to show. So I feel like he could have easily spent that one. But I guess, like, let's be real, the nooks and the cranny of this whole entire episode was the back and forth between Will's mom and Aunt V. And it was kind of like, I don't know. Like, I feel like that debate and conversation maybe more relatable, not necessarily with family, but maybe with friends. You helped your friends. You always looking out for everybody, putting everybody else ahead of yourself. And then it's kind of like where you may lose yourself, and then you see some of the people that you helped out, they go to another tier or another level in life, and they kind of never acknowledge you. And that's realistic. That's all Will mom really wanted from Aunt V. It wasn't that she was looking for a handout, but she was just like, damn, I get no acknowledgement for, and don't get it twisted, the entire episode, she kept reminding her and throwing stuff in her face like, oh, y'all remember I bought you your first canvas. When she was fixing breakfast for the family, she reminded her like, I bought you your first canvas for you to paint on. And Aunt V tried to throw like, nah, you just did it so you could talk on the phone. But she like, no, I seen the potential in you. And so it was kind of where you can see where their back and forth kind of go. It's kind of like Aunt V was kind of always kind of minimalizing what Will's mom was doing for him the entire time, doing for her the entire time. Like, it was like, hey, I paid for you to go to school. I did this and the third. I helped fund your art career when you got successful and you didn't need my help no more. Boom, you ran away. And just even if y'all remember, like when she said that, but it was just like, damn, when the last time you been here? 20 years ago. That's kind of insane, where it's like, I'm not gonna say it's insane, because if they was all poor, I guess it kind of makes sense. Like, who could really afford a flight from Philly all the way to Cali, and y'all really ain't got it like that. Now that you got it like that, you send a PJ. And I was kind of wondering, was like, was that just the plane that they was using, or did they really want us to know it was like, no, it's a PJ? No, like they picked her up in a PJ. Like that's insane. Like think about it again, tying it back into rappers. We all know PJs can go from anywhere from maybe like a $15,000 flight, and maybe which that one was because that was a one way, or even like a 40,000. So imagine spending 15 bands for her to get there just for Will's birthday. Like that's insane. That's the extreme. So I can kind of get where it's like, if let's put ourselves in Will mom's shoes, I'm working, well, she a nurse, so let's be realistic. Most nurses work, 12, 16-hour shifts, stuff like that. So you saying I'm working 12, 16 hours a day, but you can afford to fly me on a PJ hit for my son's 17th birthday, but I don't get no kickback or no even acknowledgement, not necessarily maybe financial kickback, but I don't get no acknowledgement at all on all the things I did and all the sacrifices I made for you when you were younger, when you had your own dream, before you fell in line with what Phil had going on, when you had your own dreams that you wanted to pursue, I helped you pursue those dreams. And that's kind of rough, but like I said, you, of course, towards the end of the episode, they finally got it together, and Aunt V did apologize and acknowledge Will mom for all the sacrifices that she did make for her, but it had to come from Carlton, and that was a super surprise. Like you gotta think about it, like Carlton kind of always got his own head up his own ass and only really focus on what he got on. So for him to even kind of pull Mom Dukes to the side and really tell her about herself, like think about all the shit that Aunt Val has done for you to allow you this freedom, allow you to become the woman that you did. And then she was saying like, damn, I took care of the moms when you was living here, whatever the case may be. And again, it's one of those things where like even that conversation when they were talking about taking care of the mother, and she was like, well, I offered to pay for for a nurse to rate to take care of her. But then that goes back to one of those things that's almost like, if you want to tie it into parents, where it's like, especially it kind of always fall in line for dads. It's like most dads always battle with that being a financial provider or actually being a present dad, actually in the kid's life, a hands-on dad. And then Will mother was like, no, I wasn't about to let somebody else take care of our mother. You don't think our mother did enough for us to sit here and be like, I can sacrifice some time to make sure, make her older years or her way out the door smoother and show her that we still love and cared and appreciated her, and not just trying to put it on somebody else and pay somebody else and not even take care of our mom on her dime bed, on her last legs. Because she even threw it back in her face, like, yeah, cleaning those bed pans and all that other shit. And I can only imagine where you would, if you was Will mom, where you would get frustrated, where it's like, even when you heard her, I paid your bills and I did this, that, and the third. And then, after I did all that for you, when mom was on her deathbed, I was the one cleaning her stuff out. Yeah, I'm gonna feel some type of way. I'm coming, you picking me up in a PJ, and I'm you in this big ass house, and I'm working every day. We all have to kind of put out, like, it's gonna be some bitterness in there. And everybody, I'm sure you're gonna want to put your almighty hat on. I wouldn't care. I'd be happy for my friend. Yeah, that sounds sweet until you have to deal with that reality, knowing that you sit here and made sacrifices. And the sacrifices that you made, it did end up blossoming the ideal that you wanted for your sister or your brother to do better than what you had going on. Yeah, Aunt V eventually did do better, but it's still like, damn, I can't get no acknowledgement. And I think the trigger where it really set Will mom off, where it was like, I know I'm all over the place, just slide with me. I'm gonna make sure I still touch the entire episode. It was the Jordans. Will mom come with this sentimental picture, and Will was kind of touched by that, but then V got the big dick energy birthday gift. She could give him some Supreme Jordans with the Jordan signature on it. Like, come on, bro. And that was just like a super smack in the face, because it was just like in Will's mom mind, everything kind of deals back with money. And it's always gonna feel like that and be like that for her, because she working a regular job with mad hours. Just think about a few episodes ago when Will first was making his decision to work. He called his mom off the late night, and she literally stepping out of the hospital to take the phone call on her way into work. Off the late night, she working the graveyard shift. So of course she gonna have animosity and a lot of bitterness towards where Aunt V life is and where hers is. And it's kind of just like, I don't know what type of break she need, or even the real backstory. Like I'm sure we are all intrigued to really want to know what's the real backstory between what's up with Will dad, because it's just like that's a real like Uncle Phil off the he got Jeffrey wanting to quit. You gotta think about it. Just think of Jeffrey then got rid of Buddy from Philly, and he ready to quit off of this Will dad situation. And Uncle Phil is like living like, nah, I don't want this nigga nowhere around Will. So I don't know what type of baggage, because that little story that Will mom gave, and I'm thinking at first when you hearing it, I'm thinking that was the truth until you hear that final conversation with her and Aunt V, and it's kind of like, damn, he that bad? Like, what the hell? Who are you? You can now. It makes us very intrigued to want to see who his dad is and what's his real backstory, and why all three of them, especially Uncle Phil and Aunt V, was kind of like they was like out of all this, the last couple episodes, they ain't been on the same page about absolutely nothing. But Will father, no, they was on the same exact page. Like, nah, that's a no go. I don't want Will to know shit about this nigga. I don't want him around him. Nothing. That's a dead mission. It's not gonna happen. So, but it makes you intrigued to kind of want to see. And then you can see even Will throughout the episode, every time it's like he's getting more intrigued, because it's just like he say something, his mom may like almost catch herself about to mention his father, or he want to figure out like, oh, do I get, who do I look like? And then I'm like, it's kind of nuts him asking, do he look like his father? And I'm like, we got two eyes. We all can see. You and your mother got the same goddamn haircut, same facial structure. And shout outs to whoever cast the characters for Bel-Air, because they did a perfect job with Will and his mom look exactly alike. Not even just the haircut, cut in the skin tone, but it's literally like their facial structure and everything. And that's what I think makes the haircut even stand out even way more. But then again, going back to just the where I guess where Aunt B kind of throws the money in Will mom's face is when they at dinner at lunch for Will's birthday. And they hit him up like, yeah, we come here all the time. Yeah, we seen Riri the last time we here. You gotta think about it, bro. You just keep picturing what I'm saying, just to paint that picture on where that bitterness was smack Will mom in the face. She goes to work every day, and you talking about you seen Rihanna in here eating the last time y'all was in here. Like this, this what you doing with the kids? You taking them to these fancy ass restaurants? So you got to think about it. I'm sure we all got pride issues, so nobody wants to come out and be a charity case and feel like, hey, I need help, or I just need a break. Maybe in her mind, I should have never even had to ask for that. When you got this successful in life and all the sacrifices I made for you, throw me the bone. And I guess that's one of these like social media quotes that you always want to say. Don't look for yourself. What you don't look for you from other people. And I think that's all Will mom was kind of looking for, was like, damn, I just want some credit. And maybe even just look out for yourself. Look out for me the way I looked out for you when you didn't have it. Because it's like, you're living this lavish lifestyle, and I'm still in Philly busting my ass. And I think that's just really what it just set her off the entire thing. And I think the cool thing is the kids got to learn from Carlton and Will had their little thing where it was like, cool, we seen how that look out. We don't want it to play out. And I'm sure in their brain it was kind of more like, our moms got even a better relationship than what we ever had, because we not really brothers. But look at how they beefing. You don't want to be beefing like this over a female, and not somebody that Carlton was already supposed to be over with, and not somebody that new for Will. It's like, come on. Let's kind of get over that. But at the same time, when you hear Carlton sitting here, right, telling Will, I'm really beefing with you because everybody like you, nigga. I don't got that type of swag. You got all the girls at the school like you. My parents like you more than me. It's like everybody likes you more than me because you're the cooler version of what they wanted. When my dad thinks about he wanted a kid, you're the cooler version. You're the one he can go play basketball with and all this, because realistically, yeah, my dad and them is rich now, but they come from where you come from. So that relatability that Will gonna automatically have with Uncle Phil and Aunt V, Carlton ain't never gonna have, and he kind of knows that, and he sees that, and that's what builds up the animosity between him and Will. Going back into Hillary, it's I love that play out with her and just trying to decide if she really wanted to keep going with the content. And I think just that little playing back in with her mom saying, "Is this really who you are, or are you just falling in line?" And I think a lot of you can tie it back into music. I think a lot of artists even have that same debate that she had, where it's like, matter of fact, perfect example, I can almost tie this into when Nicki Minaj was having an interview with Joe Budden, and they were asking, and she was talking about how like you can keep chasing hits. After you catch the little trend of what works for you, you're gonna continue, and then you lose who you are. And I think that's for Hillary right now, because and then the content creator dude kept throwing it in her face, where it's like, yeah, but that video tripled the numbers that your videos normally do, and that's almost like now you chasing a hit again. Do you want to be a one-hit wonder? Like, you want to chase the Grammys, you want to chase the billboards, you want to chase this little quick fix, or do you want real substance? And that's what V asked Hillary, like, why you don't want to delete this video? How did you go from you were so livid about this video being up and you was ready to delete it, now you acting like you thinking about not deleting it? Like, is this really who you are? Are you erasing your integrity on views and likes? And again, you can tie that kind of into a lot of rappers. You catch that one little hit, or you catch that one break on TikTok, now you feel like every time you put out a song, it gotta have a TikTok dance to it. Now you lose the integrity of whatever you initially came out to do. Don't get me wrong, some people, that is who they are. That's straight crank that Soldier Boy, that type of vibe, that's what they on. So that's what they gonna do. But as you see, Hillary was debating on it. She was ready. She had the camera on. She had the lingerie. And I'm sure for all the dudes that was watching, you was kind of getting super geeked and super excited. Like, okay, here come back the sexy chef. And then she had that moment of clarity, and it played back in her head what her mother said to her. And she was just like, nah, this ain't me. And the crazy thing is, if we talking about, I guess, entertainment, where I'm sure, just because I kind of tied into rappers, I'm sure every rapper seen that was like wishing that their buyout on their contract was only 50 bands. 50 bands for a YouTube joint, and that's probably a lot. So I get it. 50 bands, if that was a rapper, like if that was Meek or NBA or one of them right now who's beefing with their label, I'm sure they wish it was that low as 50 racks, because they'd pay that 50 piece in a minute and get up out of there. But for her, but it's crazy. It's just like that pride again. It goes back into pride. A lot of these issues that the entire shows have, you can kind of tie them all back in together, and it's a pride thing. Hillary got so much pride, and she don't want to seem like she got to run back home to mommy and daddy. She's staying in a hotel. You know how crazy that is, bro? Y'all got to really think about it. Look how big that house is. Even if you just pay attention to that walkaway when Aunt V and Will Mom was walking and they was having that talk. Bro, did you see how much space? They almost looked like they was walking at a goddamn hotel. Walking and talking, and she's living in a fucking hotel right now because she got too much pride to come home. And where I feel like this is the perfect time right now to come home and even get mom and dad to pay for it out, because they the ones who was complaining about the video. You was realistically ready to sell your soul. Like, you was cool with it. But no, because it was killing dad campaign and mom and dad was so high strong on you deleting this video now. You did it for them for real, because you was with it. You was ready to rock and roll. So this, to me, but that's not her. She not thinking. She just moving off of pride. So now she's standing in a hotel where realistically the smartest thing would be, well, hey, mom and dad, I'm putting my foot down. I'm deleting this video, but I'm on this contract for 50 racks. Perfect way out right now. But again, her pride won't allow her to do it. She's trying to be an adult and take, I guess, a stance on her own mistakes. But it's kind of like, I don't know if you should take it right now. That's like, it's real iffy. It's debatable. I don't know if she should have did that one. This would be the time I would recommend she probably should have ran back home to mom and dad and then let them know that, hey, and made it seem like you were taking this stance for the family. So, hey, I need to come back in because y'all want me to keep this squeaky clean image. Hey, well, let's call it a fair exchange right now. But I do appreciate, I just appreciate how it ended. And I wanted two things I want to see. I want to really see who Will dad is, or what's the real backstory behind that. And then I kind of want to see like how the Jeffrey situation play out, because you got to think about it. Jeffrey was about to put that envelope in, and I guess that was his resignation. He was ready to call it quits, and then Will come in. So I kind of want to see how those things play out. It's episode 8, so I don't know how many. I mean, most seasons be having like 10. So do we got 2 more? I don't know if they ever put out how many it was supposed to go to, but we had 8 right now. So if it stop at 10, we want to see how these last two finish up. But my hat's off to Peacock. I feel like they're doing an amazing job. And like I said, I can't wait for next Thursday. Like, I honestly can say this is one of those shows that get better each and every episode. And I don't feel like they're allowing any of the storylines to get dry. Like, they didn't overdo the Will and Lisa this episode. They gave you a little bit to let you know it's still there, but they didn't overdo it. I appreciate it. They really allowed the character building each episode to build for real. Like, for you to really understand the foundation of who these people are. Because even a lot of this episode had to do with Will and his mom, and really kind of, and we're just real quick, let's get on the on camera chemistry. Bro, that on camera chemistry is an amazing thing when it comes to shows. And that on camera chemistry that Will and his mom, even when they were just doing the pictures, like how they had that to a T where it really almost looked like a mom and son type of moment. Like, for one, just their facial features and them looking alike, amazing. But just that on camera chemistry was amazing. It really made you feel like, damn. And even when they was walking on the border, and the mom, and when he was giving Uncle Phil and Aunt V so much credit, and the mom was like, damn, just on a couple of months, they get all the credit for who you are right now today. And she had to keep catching Will on that. Like, no, basically the whole episode, mom just wanted her credit for the work she done put in. The work she done put in raising Will to be where he at now, and the work that she put in for Aunt V to be who Aunt V is right now. Pay attention to that. But again, like I said, I feel like this, I feel like Bel-Air does an amazing job on building their characters out and really allowing you to be able to even pick favorite characters and really be able to digest each character on each episode, on why you like them, why you dislike them, the relatability. So I feel like, man, I can't wait for them to sit here and tell us they renewed for season 2, because I feel like you can't miss right now. I feel like Bel-Air is one of them shows. They're going to be here to stay. I definitely can see a lot of seasons coming in. At least we shouldn't be looking at no slowing down in production until at least the season 5. If we just thinking of Fresh Prince, I feel like the Bel-Air got a lot of longevity to go. And I want to just thank y'all for tuning in, watching. I'm here each and every week with y'all. Like, subscribe to the YouTube channel. I talk about all types of stuff. I need to do Tommy. I got y'all with Tommy tomorrow. And I'll probably blend that in with some Snowfall. Like I said, like, subscribe, share, tell a friend. We here each and every week. Make sure y'all tune in.